Was baccalaureate not lovely last evening? What a beautiful setting. The images of the slideshow, the music, the well-presented speeches and readings. Tell me the tears didn't start flowing a bit early last evening. You know, commencement week is an interesting time, and this week has been no exception. It's always a time of great reflection and emotion. We are all feeling joy, angst, and some separation. You students from your families and friends, you families from the graduates themselves, and even the faculty and staff, we're feeling separation from you. No matter how much we all say we're looking forward to our summer break, let me tell you that teachers teach because of students. Your class has left a wonderful legacy here at the Pine School, and we will surely miss you. For me, this week started in a rather interesting fashion. As I attended the end-of-year program, or dare I say graduation of our 3-year-old early learners on the Stewart campus. The week culminates today with the graduation of our seniors. What a journey of time travel in 4 short days. I have a sense that you parents are feeling as if the past decade and a half has gone by as quickly. This week was, in fact, something of a metaphor for what you probably are experiencing today. And I can assure you, as if a few short days ago, you were watching your child also sing about Mr. Bunny and looking over their early childhood scrapbooks. The more I think about this week, seniors, the more I think about you, and the more I think about how college for you may begin to feel a bit like preschool. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. You will find, when you get to college, that certain behaviors will begin to make a comeback. I promise you, at some point next fall, you will cry for your mother. You once again will begin to cross the street without looking for cars. Snack time will again become a necessity. Interestingly enough, you'll begin to dress for the outdoors without caring at all what you look like, because everyone at college will look just as silly as you do. I promise you, you'll once again start to wear your backpack on 2 shoulders. And you will really appreciate grilled cheese sandwiches. And last but not least, seniors, college will be like preschool because you'll once again take a nap every day. You know, commencement's the start of this next phase of your academic and professional career. It's a day of well wishes and advice. And so I would just please allow me to give you both today. You can't again possibly imagine how proud we are of you as a class. You've achieved your mission. You have left a lasting, positive legacy, your word, at the Pine School. Thank you. Now, on to some more advice. You know, students, college is going to bring you a great many different challenges than preschool and high school, and I encourage you to embrace them all. First, make sure you meet interesting people, more interesting than you. Colleges are diverse, interesting places. Embrace that diversity and never let it go. The greatest diversity will be the diversity of ideas, so open your minds. Please take interesting classes. Go where the interesting conversations are. Challenge yourself. I promise it will make all the difference. Conserve your resources, students. Sleep, eat, breathe. You're going to feel tired, and like I said, you're going to want to take a nap, and sleep is going to become an important commodity. Take care of yourselves. And remember, the drinking age is really 21. Find a quiet place to study, because you're never going to have trouble finding that next party, I promise you. But a quiet place to study is invaluable. Respect the investment made by your parents, and please try to save them some money. Just try. College is expensive, and you'll find that there's never enough. Learn to save, and whatever you do, don't get your own credit card. Resist the temptation. For you students, please, most importantly, don't forget us. your family at home and your family at the Pine School. Stay in touch. Call your home on Sunday night. Share your grades with your parents. I promise it'll make them happy. And please come back and give back to your old school when you have the chance. We'll appreciate it. I'd be remiss if I didn't also share some advice with you parents. As the newly minted parent of a college graduate myself, you will survive that first year. And I've had many conversations with some of you parents this year about it. And I know you're going through a great emotional period. As I've told you before, the period of time leading up to Thanksgiving, parents, is going to be a bit rough. But it gets much easier. It's hard to believe that 4 short years myself, I sat in your place seeing my first child off to college. He did graduate 2 weeks ago, and I can't imagine myself where the time has gone. And I've learned a great deal about myself in the last 4 years, and again, a few things I'd like to pass on to you parents. Your child is going to meet interesting people. Let them do that. It'll make all the difference. Let them take those interesting classes and find their way. I know the investment is huge, but these next 4 years are their 4 years, their most defining years, not yours. Trust, and trust will come back tenfold. By the way, no matter what I said, they're not going to save money. So just write that one off. And by the way, the drinking age of 21 means absolutely nothing on most college campuses. In fact, there's a movement among university and college presidents to lower the drinking age. So please accept that your child may try alcohol for the first time. You know, the farthest college away can seem just next door, and the college next door can seem the farthest away. Your relationship with your child is going to go to another level, and all things considered, it's going to be wonderful. Most of these fine young people are going to return focused and more mature than they were when they leave in August or September. In fact, they're going to blow your minds at how much smarter they become just after a few months away. I promise you that that first Thanksgiving dinner will be more interesting this coming year. And no matter what I told you or told them, they're not really going to call home on Sunday nights. As you know, this generation has multiple methods available for communication, and normal daily or weekly phone calls mean absolutely nothing to college kids. Get them an even better cell phone with even better insurance. Same goes for their laptops. If you don't know how to Skype, Twitter, or use Facebook, not a bad time to start now. Most importantly, if you don't know how to text, start doing it. And by the way, you most likely will never see their grades. You know, we've all been blessed by this wonderful class of 2012, the scholars, the athletes, the artists, the leaders, but all of them, the good people. Today is their day. They've earned their diplomas, and they're going to be a tremendous representation of our school, themselves, their families, for many, many years to come. Prior to moving on in our presentation, I do want to take a moment and recognize one adult here in the crowd, as I've done for the last 3 years. We have presented a service award to a special person who's played a special role on our campus this year. And I want to take a moment to do that now. Schools are simple places. Great kids, wonderful teachers, and committed parents. Independent schools like the Pine School require even more commitment, love, and support. We could not and we cannot do the things we do without the support of our parents, particularly our parent volunteers. There are so many, and this class has so many parents who've given so much. And we thought, the faculty and staff, that it would be appropriate to recognize one parent today for her work this year. One parent who gives us her all every day, never asks for recognition, never asks for acknowledgement, and she herself who experienced her first child about to go off to college. While it's not been an easy year for their family, her support of our school has never wavered. And so therefore, we'd like to recognize her with a small token, recognize her excellence in service. I will ask her to the podium to receive that. Please join me in thanking Mrs. Leslie Herlin. All righty, so off we go. A little bit out of order, but please join me in welcoming for our official invocation our Assistant Head of School, Mrs. Phyllis Parker.
Let us pray. Blessed are you, O Lord of creation. Accept our thanks for this day and all its blessings. May we appreciate and use wisely each day that comes to us. As we gather today to celebrate this senior class at the Pine School, we ask that you guide these young men and women to continue to learn and understand the world around them. We ask you to help us all to take advantage of opportunities to obtain knowledge and to care for each other. We ask you to guide our teachers to be wise, patient, and helpful. May we each be challenged to give our best, and may we be assured of your presence with us. Open our hearts and shine the light of love into the depths of our souls. Blessed are you, O God. Amen.
For the fourth year, the senior speakers at commencement are elected by the class themselves to represent their voice, their heart, and their thoughts on this important day. This year's class has surely made two excellent selections. I know they will have keen and meaningful thoughts to share with us today. Please join me in welcoming our first speaker, a future member of the Dartmouth class of 2016, Mr. Grant Mortell.
Thank you, Mr. Mandel. Good morning, everyone. It seems like just yesterday when we all met up for No Such Thing night, drove over to the beach and back, played in the gym for hours, organized some crazy games of Manhunt, and then crashed to the ground in Mr. Rabb's room watching movies. Since then, we've kayaked the 10,000 islands of the Everglades, backpacked New York City, and even skied the slopes of Winter Park, Colorado. We left an impression every place we went, and we had an amazing time doing it. These memories will undoubtedly be something we never forget. Together, we experienced 4 of the best years of our lives. Think about the legacy we have left on this school. Since the first day we set foot on this campus, we have been leaders and role models for those around us. We had the opportunity to establish an identity for the Pine School Upper School, and we made it our mission. Little did we know that each time we sat down as a class to make decisions about anything from homecoming to prom to field day, we were leaving behind our mark for those who are following us. This was a unique high school experience that we are able to share together. This is our bond, and it will last our lifetimes. About 9 months ago, I spoke to all of you on the first day of school. I talked about why we consider the Pine School to be the greatest place possible for us to spend the next year of our lives, 7 hours a day, 5 days a week, and for most of us, even more time than that. I mentioned 3 things I considered important cornerstones for what makes the Pine School great. The first was the great relationships students form with their teachers and with each other. We can all agree that over the past 4 years, great friendships and bonds have been made, making this school community as comfortable as a second home. I can tell you that this year, as we traveled together to Colorado for our senior ski trip, we had some of the greatest experiences ever. And this was all because of the teachers and students that made up our group. Although we are all unique in many ways, the time we spent together allowed us to appreciate and embrace our differences. The teachers at the Pine School have always stressed that we all need to be accepting and look at the positive attributes of each of us has. This has allowed us to become great friends and bond as a group. So now, I want to take this opportunity on behalf of the class of 2012 to thank all of the faculty and administration for not only being great at what you do, but especially for being our friends. The second cornerstone I mentioned this past fall was the amazing talent that made up our student body. I pointed out that the individual talents of our student body as a whole was extraordinary. I challenged everyone to take pride in that talent, develop it, showcase it, and I was not let down. I also challenged all of you to set your goals high and work hard to accomplish them. As far as student accomplishments go, this was by far the most successful year the Pine School community has ever seen, and it was fun to be a part of. Academically, musically, theatrically, and athletically, steps were taken that raised the bar even further into the sky. So I want to thank each member of the class of 2012 for amazing me with your talent and effort and making me very proud to be a member of this great group. The third cornerstone that I knew would be an important part of our community this year was the campus environment that the students work together to create. The perfect blend of professionalism and fun, knowing when to stay focused on the task at hand but never losing track of having a good time. Although we may have pushed the limits a few times, we always manage to keep the fun in perspective and get the job done. I'll definitely miss the smiles on everyone's faces and the laughs we've had. As I sat down to write this speech, I realized that back in August, I had missed the fourth and most important cornerstone of this year's school community, the presence of the class of 2012, this year's graduating seniors. From day one, we were placed in the continuous spotlight, whether it be from the younger students, the faculty, even ourselves, and we shined. The things we accomplished along the way will never be forgotten, and we have left our mark on the school forever. As I said before, the Pine School High School would not be the way it is today without us. Not only have we made up what reflects back to the community about the school, but we have also shown the younger classes how to embrace being a student here and how to excel at it. Look around the gym today, and you will see that I am not kidding about our accomplishments thus far. Obviously, we cannot take credit for all of the things accomplished by the school this year, but we do know that we paved the way to make them possible. Saying that our class is the fourth cornerstone of our school community does not, however, mean that when we graduate, a corner will be missing next year. Together, you have all paved the way so smoothly that when our new seniors step on campus next fall, they will have no problem picking up right where we left off and pushing even further. The standard has been set and the bar raised, and we can thank ourselves for the hard work put in these past 4 years. My advice to our class is short and simple. I have 3 quotes that sum up the different points I'm trying to make. The first quote is a valuable lesson for us all from Bradley Whitford. He said, "Take action. Every story you've ever connected with, every leader you've ever admired, every puny little thing that you've ever accomplished is the result of taking action. You have a choice. You can either be a passive victim of circumstance, or you can be the active hero of your own life." We all need to remember where we are sitting now and how it feels, and then try to think back to the first day freshman year. None of us could be where we are today without the action we took and the seemingly endless work we put in along the way. Next year, cherish the success you have, but be prepared to bounce back from being knocked down again. It happened to each and every one of us before, and it will happen again. And I know we are all prepared to handle whatever may come our direction. Today is such a special day because our class acted on our ideas and made them realities. Next year should be no different for any of us, even though we will not be here at the Pine School. In order to keep achieving the same success we've had through these years, it is vital that we keep taking action as we are used to doing. The second quote is something a great friend of mine once showed me from John Lennon. It's something I try to keep close to my mind every day. He said, "When I was 5 years old, my mother always told me that happiness was the key to life. When I went to school, they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wrote down happy. They told me I didn't understand the assignment, and I told them they didn't understand life. Find the way where you can be happy and still take action, and you will be successful. We could not be where we are today without the decisions we made and actions we took. And whenever the next time we sit down for a graduation may be, we will want to feel the same way. So I encourage you all to find your passion and follow it. At the same time you do this, however, do not forget to surround yourselves with the things that make you happy and the people that make it worthwhile. The reason I stress to each of you that the atmosphere at the Pine School was so great is because I know that all of us know how to enjoy the little things along the way while staying focused. Don't let the change in environments change the fact that being happy is the most important thing. Success will always find its way once you are happy. The third quote is from a commencement address to Binghamton University by Anthony Corvino, then a graduating member of the university, and is something that hits home for us here at the Pine School. For all of us, next year will be a new page, a clean slate, and a time to start over. As we do that, keeping these two simple statements in our minds each and every day will never let us down. It will keep us moving and fuel the drive in each one of us that I have seen firsthand over the past 4 years. He said, "You don't receive respect, you earn it. And you aren't given opportunity, you fight for it." I think that sometimes the best way to move ahead is to start by looking back. Over the past 4 years, we have all had many ups and many downs, many times of laughter and fun, as well as our share of stress and defeat. Yet, what makes us special is that we were able to experience these times together as one intimate family would, and we've grown. Oh, how we've grown since we all met together 4 summers ago, the first time together as a class at No Such Thing Night. I would now like to thank all of my classmates for giving me the opportunity to speak today, and I congratulate each of you for your successes. It has been my honor to be a leader of this great class and to graduate alongside of each of you this morning. On behalf of the class as a whole, I would like to thank all of the friends and family here today to celebrate with us. Without you, we could never have made it here today. Secondly, we thank all of the faculty again for making a difference in our lives each day we set foot on campus the past 4 or more years in preparation for this day and many more to come. Again, I'd like to thank all the seniors. Congratulations. Thank you. TG.
Well done, Grant. The second speaker representing the class of 2012, as elected by the class of 2012, is Pomona College class of 2016, Mr. David Sharfy.
it goes. Good morning, friends, parents, teachers, faculty, and guests. For 6 years now, these people and this place have been my friends, my family, and my home. It turns out that since I asked to speak on this day about a month ago, I found out that I had a lot I wanted to say. Each day for weeks, I went through an invisible list of everything I felt could be said, and each day I quickly tired and gave up because of what I realized would have to be left unsaid. Yet each day in my failure, I felt as if I had crossed something off the list of possibilities, something that wasn't worth a speech at the graduation of the class of 2012. And then I started thinking about that word, worth. When I began to, as literally as I could, assign a worth to my ideas, the choices became clearer. Still, it took some thinking until I realized that nothing but the 37 other people I'm graduating with could ever be worth the spotlight in this moment on this day. For some, the number is more, and for some it is less, but I've spent 6 years, 33% of all the time I've been alive, here at the Pine School. I did some math, and for me it's about 300 days, 24 hours a day, that I've spent with my fellow graduates. The class of 2012, the people, of course, but also the places and events that have made us who we are, is something worth writing a speech over. We've explored life alongside each other in Savannah, Georgia, Greenville, North Carolina, New York City, Colorado, as well as other places. And whether it was an eternity spent in a bus, a beautiful trek through the woods, or a 12-hour paddle through the night with no guidance other than that of your crazy friends, Elizabeth, we grew closer. Canoe buddies for life. And then there was sleeping on church floors after backpacking through the streets of New York City, reading letters from our loved ones as a class, and even watching some of our friends see snow for the first time. These memories, and JP, I'm thinking about Subway Hustle in New York, and the huge ice block that you threw at my hip a couple months ago, were grand, but they make up only a small fraction of the time that we've spent together. Even when every trip, homecoming, field day, prom, prank, and no such thing night is removed from the equation, hardly a dent is taken out of the 300-day total that I've spent with these people. But it has been every other day, the normal day in and day out days, where most of our bonds have been formed and maintained. And while it would be great to say that all 38 of us love and confide in each other after being in close quarters for so long, it would only be a slight exaggeration. But I would wager that the 38 of us know more about each other than almost any other graduating class anywhere else. And on that note, I think it matters less who was good friends with whom and how big their circle extended, and more that everyone had close friends and had a circle, and that all of our circles could come together on days that were important to us. It's clear that despite whatever our personal differences may be, the same qualities that teach you to value a friend and form a genuine friendship exist in all of us. And regardless of whether we could always relate to each other, we can all relate to what these friendships have been like and what they've meant. These people in front of me have represented everything good about life in our school over the last 6 years. And indeed we, are a reflection of the walls around us. Our school and our teachers have helped us so that we can say we are ready for what lies ahead. We have learned how to question, how to learn, how to determine what our hopes and dreams are, and take our first steps towards them. We've also learned how to care, how to help others, and how to take matters into our own hands when something doesn't strike us as right. Regardless of anything academic, all of us here possess these qualities. Yet this is a school, and I would be remiss if I didn't touch on another side of things. For many of us, the greatness of our school is affirmed by where we're going off to. We put our trust into this institution 4 years ago as an investment in the future, and I've seen many of my closest friends make immense sacrifices for the promise of what lies on the horizon. They know what I mean. The ones who have studied for every point, prepared for every project, and stressed over every word in every essay. They stayed up late and missed more fun than they can probably bear to think of. And while they may have done it for grades on the surface, what they really did it for was their hopes and their dreams, the ones this school has made it possible for us to all fulfill. The results speak for themselves, though. Everyone here will proudly be going off to college, and the list is impressive if you haven't checked it out. Yet none of this would be worth anything without going back to the point that our school has made us the kind of people who succeed, not necessarily the kind of students. This ultimately is what separates us and our school from all the others. This school is not here to teach you and test you. It is here to grow you, and it has done so with incredible success. I could not be more proud to graduate with the 37 other people I'm graduating with, and I could not be more proud to say I came from the school that I did and was taught by the people I was taught by. The community here is truly one of a kind, as our class is truly one of a kind, and I think we can all agree that this community we have and everywhere it's taken us is what's truly been great about the last 4 years here at the Pine School. Besides all of my teachers, I want to thank you, class, and this is for me personally because I have the mic. You've made the last 6 years of my life a gift and are worth everything anyone could ever give you.
Thank you, David, for those wonderful words, and thank you both boys for a job very well done. Next to the podium is Mr. Mike Baum, who is chair of our Board of Trustees. Mr. Baum will introduce this year's commencement speaker. Mr. Baum?
It seems like only yesterday that I sat in the September 2008 Board of Trustees meeting and listened to Mrs. Lettengarver and Mrs. Parker tell the board that the new freshman class would really be the one that brings the school to a new level. 4 years later, it seems like that has been an understatement. Your achievements academically, athletically, and socially have made our school a better and more dynamic institution that we can be proud to call our own. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulations to each of you, and more importantly, thank you. On another note, today also marks the end of another chapter in our school's history. Today really is the end of Steve Mandel's tenure as our headmaster. While it was short, only 3 years, it was a period of significant accomplishment for the Pine School. Our upper school program matured and thrived, and our lower school program continued to be the best in Martin County. But even more importantly, Steve, your leadership has been instrumental in helping the Pine School achieve financial equilibrium so that we can continue to grow into the future. Steve, you have truly made the Pine School a better institution, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees, the students and their parents, I thank you for your contributions to our continued success, and I wish you and your family even more success as you move to your next challenge. And now to my real job this morning, the introduction of our commencement speaker. Jim Hauslein is currently the managing director of Hauslein & Company, a private equity firm. Jim was part of an investment group that acquired Sunglass Hut, a simple U.S.-focused retailer of third-party sunglasses, in 1987. He served as chairman and chief executive officer of Sunglass Hut International for the bulk of the period from this acquisition until Sunglass Hut was again acquired in 2001, this time for $680 million. Under Jim's leadership, Sunglass Hut became the world's largest specialty retailer of non-prescription sunglasses and a significant retailer of popular price point fashion watches. Sunglass Hut grew in this period from $23 million in sales from under 100 stores to $680 million in sales from over 2,000 company-owned stores throughout the world. During the period, Sunglass Hut migrated from a simple, focused retailer of third-party sunglass brands to a vertically integrated, multi-channel, multi-product, multi-language global retailer. Since 2001, Jim has continued his equity investment activities and has served on the board of directors of numerous companies and currently serves on the boards of Elevon Capital, LLC, a publicly traded private equity investment headquartered in Delhi, India, Clintact, a clinical resources outsourcing company headquartered in Scotland, and Imu.com, a web-based distributor of independent films. He received his Bachelor of Science degree in Chemical Engineering from Cornell University and his MBA from Cornell University's Johnson Graduate School of Management. He is a member of the Advisory Council of Cornell's Entrepreneur and Personal Enterprise Program, the Johnson Graduate School of Management, and the Athletics Advisory Council. He is also a member of the Board of Trustees of the Boys Club of New York, a member of the Board of Directors of Jamestown Foundation, a director of the American Swiss Foundation, and a member of the Chairman's Council of Conservation International. But more importantly, he's a trustee of the Pine School. Jim's advice and counsel over the years have had a significant impact on all of us who serve with him on the Board of Trustees. When he talks, we listen to him because he brings a well-reasoned, calm approach to problem solving that we all value. Please join me in welcoming Jim Hauslein.
Good morning, and thank you for that warm welcome. To the Pine School class of 2012, today is your day, and for all those who have loved you and supported you along this journey. While a lot of people, your parents, family members, teachers, administrators, and friends, all played a role in helping you reach graduation, today is all about you, the Pine School class of 2012. And I think the graduates of 2012 should all give yourselves a round of applause for all of your hard work and accomplishments to get to today's graduation. Let's hear it. My remarks this morning will be brief and focused on you, the graduating seniors. But before I share some thoughts with you, some thank yous are in order. First, thanks to Mr. Baum for that kind of introduction, but more importantly, for all his hard work as chairman of the Board of Trustees for the past several years, and his leadership and tireless efforts through some of the most challenging times. So please join me in expressing our appreciation to Mr. Baum as our chairman of the Board of Trustees. Thank you, Mike. Second, thanks to you, the class of 2012, for letting me share this special day with you, graduation from the Pine School. Third, thanks to the parents, families, and friends who supported today's graduates through thick and thin of learning, growing, and transitioning to adulthood. Those of you here today share in all the successes, failures, challenges, emotional moments, and learning experiences. On behalf of the graduates, thank you for all you have done, the sleep lost, the tears shed along the way, including today, and thanks for being there. Fourth, thanks to the administration, faculty, and staff, current as well as past, of the Pine School for all that you have done for today's graduating seniors. You will be remembered forever and have helped turn these young adults, in a few short minutes, into alumni. You have seen them grow, change, and blossom, just like a second family would. I bet you feel like they are your extended children, and I am sure they will cherish your guidance and all of you done for them for the rest of your lives. Now to the class of 2012. Since I am the only thing standing between you and that long, long-awaited diploma, I will not overstay my welcome. But I can assure you that everyone in the gym today would love to change places with you, since you are about to embark on one of the most interesting, challenging, rewarding, and exciting chapters in your life. I ask you to reflect for a moment to consider a few thoughts, some of which might be obvious, but in addition to celebrating, graduation day is a time to pause and reflect. I will briefly touch on 4 thoughts. pause, maximize, values, and dreams. Pause, maximize, values, and dreams. First, I want you to pause and slow today down. Slow today down. What do I mean by that? While classes ended for you a long time ago, today officially marks the end of your high school career. By tomorrow, the special moments surrounding today's graduation and last night's baccalaureate will have passed. By tomorrow, time will start to fly by as you shift gears into an entirely new chapter in your life. By tomorrow, the Pine School experience will be in your rearview mirror. So I would like to encourage you to pause and savor all of the special moments today and enjoy every moment with your family, friends, classmates, teachers, and administrators. You will want to remember today, not so much the past few days nor tomorrow, but today. So slow today down. Reflect on the offsite you had in the fall where you as a class really got to spend time together, bond and set goals for the year, as well as read the letters written to you by your parents. I understand that this was a very special trip for you. Have you gone back and read your brag sheets and thought about the goals some of you set? Did you take the time to tell your parents how those very personal letters really affected you? If you did, great. Do it again. If not, let that be part of slowing today down. Let your parents know how you really felt about those letters and your whole Pine School experience. Think about many of the special accomplishments your class is celebrating today. The first National Merit finalist, the 5 district titles in athletics, the most previously was only 2, the FHSAA academic recognition, the 8 Palm Beach Post Pathfinder nominees spanning 50 high schools from St. Andrews in Boca to St. Andrews in Vero, and one of your own very classmates winning 2nd in literature, and many, many more accomplishments for each and every one of you. Too many college acceptances to list in detail today, but the 38 of you applied to 124 colleges and completed 259 applications, which included top-tier Florida universities and colleges, selective liberal arts colleges, a military service academy, the Ivy League, and many other great state and private universities and college. This also includes our first student to attend a women's college and the first admitted to a nursing school. All of your choices for this fall are great schools, and 20% of you have earned full-ride scholarships. Just amazing. Recall your outward bound trips, your ski trip we saw on the great slideshow last night, all of the great student activities you organized under the leadership of Student Government President Grant Mortel. The list goes on and on for your class. So slow down and cherish celebrating your accomplishments individually and as a class today. Look around you now and also cherish the friendships that you have made at the Pine School and recognize that they can last you a lifetime. Think about your legacy from the Tiki Hut to teaching me the meaning of dud and nut. Dress up day and no uniform today. I guess baccalaureate and graduation are the ultimate dud days. Did I hear a rumor that you had t-shirts printed that said, "Saved to the best to last," of the original founders, that is? I understand you started a bonfire tradition at homecoming, but I also heard the music left a little to be desired. A lot to reflect on today if you slow down and take the time to do so. So pause, as tomorrow is a new journey and will take off at lightning speed. Now, I would ask you to think about how much you have changed and grown in the past 4 years, from your freshman year to now. Can you even picture yourself 4 years ago as a freshman? I ask you to extrapolate how much you've changed in the past 4 years to the next 4 years. I argue to you now that you will grow, expand your views and horizons, thinking and perspectives, much, much more in the next 4 years versus the past 4 years. So as you reflect on your Pine School experience, recognize the magnitude of the opportunity that the next chapter offers to you if you take advantage of it. which leads me to my second thought to share with you this morning, which is make the most of your college experience. Embrace the future. And I have a couple of thoughts to share in this regard, which can be boiled down to making personal connections and intellectual curiosity. While your class size of 38 has allowed you to know each other so well, you are still unique and different and all individuals, and this diversity has made you stronger and better for it. Later this summer, when you begin your full-time college experience, you will be attending schools in much larger settings. So not only be open to meeting other students from very different backgrounds and experiences, but reach out proactively. Make it a priority, as this will dramatically broaden your horizons and enhance your college experience. At Cornell, where I went, I befriended 2 people my very first semester, one from Malawi in Africa and one from India. And I invited them to my parents' home in upstate New York for Thanksgiving break, since obviously they wouldn't be going back to their homes in India and Africa for the holiday. They are my friends to this day. They still comment about celebrating an American Thanksgiving with my family over 30 years ago. All too often, we gravitate to people like ourselves that have the same and similar interests. Make it a goal to reach out to someone very different from you your very first semester this fall. Next, as part of maximizing your college experience, be intellectually inquisitive. As I learned over our lunch together back on April 25th in the multi-purpose room, many of you have a strong sense of what you want to pursue in college academically, and many don't, and both are great. But either way, to the best of your ability, take courses out of your major and natural areas of interest. Try new and different electives and extracurricular activities and clubs. View your time outside the classroom as time well spent, as this will be good for you both intellectually and personally, as it will further allow you to learn more about yourself and will make you happy and benefit your general well-being. As you pursue college life inside and outside the classroom, make the kind of personal connections that will last you a lifetime. Make yourself a promise. Take a class, join an activity, meet a person that is out of the box for you when you start at college later this summer. During your college years, think about your longer-term career goals and get yourself exposed to as many careers and career settings as you can so you can fine-tune what you really enjoy and what you're really good at and what you want to do with your life. My first job out of business school was with a guest speaker in a class I wasn't even taking or enrolled in, but I saw an announcement that he was speaking on a subject I was interested in. I slipped into the back of the class and listened to his speech and followed up afterwards. My first job after business school came that way. So be entrepreneurial and inquisitive with your college experience. Be perseverant. Remember that if you're going to strive to achieve, you will face periods of challenge, self-doubt, and possible failure. Be prepared to work through them. One piece of advice I'd like to offer is to remember you will be more satisfied and successful if you paddle downstream with the current, meaning with your strengths and with your interests, rather than paddling upstream against them. In other words, play to your strengths. Play to your strengths. Lastly, be sure to have fun along the way. Have fun along the way. Third, and we're almost done, is to stay true to and in touch with yourself along your journey. Stay grounded in the values you have developed for yourself, and remember that popularity doesn't mean wisdom and accomplishment. Knowing yourself is integral to being a mature adult, and it takes a trusting relationships with family and friends to understand yourself over time. As you move away from home and pursue the next chapter in your life, I would encourage you to cherish and embrace those values that are important to you. I don't want to sound like your teacher, headmaster, or parents, but if there's one thing that I wish you will take away from today is the importance of values like integrity, honesty, compassion, and understanding in whatever you do. Remember to be charitable and to give back, and of course, don't forget your roots at the Pine School. Come back and visit. Be loyal alumni. Future students will benefit from your wisdom and your experiences. Fourth and lastly, follow your dreams. It's just that simple. We are sitting in many people's dreams today, this Hobe Sound campus, and you are the first graduating class to have spent the entire 7th grade graduation here. You are the last founders to graduate. In addition to your legacy, this campus was a dream of many, many people. The Waddles family, we all know how hard Casey Cummings worked to make this come true, Mr. Baum, our chair, and certainly current and past teachers and administrators. Way too many people to name this morning. But I have a surprise for you. The architect who designed this school way back in 2003 to 2006 came to attend your graduation today, a personal friend of mine, Scott Hughes. Can we please recognize Scott Hughes in the audience? Please recognize the connection here. Like it did for Mr. Hughes, the architect of our campus, your blood, sweat, and tears from your studying, hard work, and your future professional successes down the road can lead to very enduring impacts on other people's lives. So embark on your college future recognizing you too can have a long-lasting impact and can have a lot to be proud of from what you are now embarking on, your college experience and your future as an adult. Follow your dreams and be proud of all your accomplishments, no matter what they are, how big or small. As I wrap up, remember we're all living on borrowed time. I'm sure you have heard of the hit by a bus rule, which is, would I regret spending my life the way I'm living it if I were to get hit by a bus tomorrow or next week? But there is an important corollary. Does this path I'm on lead to a life I will be happy with and proud of in 10 to 20 years if I don't get hit by a bus? So balance the two. In conclusion, pause and enjoy today with your family and friends. Maximize all the opportunities your college experience has to offer. Stay true to yourself and your values. Follow your dreams. Remember, life moves more quickly than we think. Stop and smell the roses. If you live your life to the fullest and never stop learning and pursuing what you enjoy and what you are good at, you will be successful in accomplishing your goals. Opportunity is out there if you want it. Have a great summer, and remember, the future is so bright, you've got to wear shades. Sorry for the pun, but above all, congratulations to the Pine School class of 2012. Good luck and thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hauslein. Get those shades at Sunglass Hut, isn't that right, Jim? Fantastic job. Just so you know, I've been around a lot of commencements, and I don't think I've ever worked with a speaker who has worked this hard. Jim hosted a luncheon for the seniors in April, and it was, as he mentioned, a fantastic experience. And now on to some things that are much more, or perhaps much more symbolic. Graduation, like your career here at the Pine School, will be a flash of images, of pictures, of sounds. And perhaps for the very last time, I ask you to join us in just a moment singing our school's alma mater. As I told you but a week ago, this is the season of the lasts. In your program, audience, are the words to the alma mater. I would like to welcome to the podium to sing for us and lead us West Point's class of 2016, Miss Karolina Poderski. Please rise. They're here and they're here. Is Bucky here? He's here. Are you ready? Okay. No, you're just gonna go. beautifully. Ah. Are we ready? Now comes the big part. Mrs. Parker, will you please join me at the podium? So, Mrs. Parker, those seniors assembled here today, we would like to recognize as graduates of the Pine School. Will you tell me if they've met our graduation requirements and stand ready to receive their diplomas, officially graduating?
Mr. Mandel, those seniors assembled here today have met their graduation requirements and are ready to receive their diplomas. I present the class of 2012 to you and Mr. Baum.
Thank you. Joining myself and Mr. Baum, I'd like to invite our speaker, Mr. Hauslein, to join us up here, and we will now commence the handing out of the diplomas. As I said, today is a day of some great symbolism. You'll notice coming up the stairs, greeting them, will be Miss Lettengarver, who had a lot to do with many of them coming to the Pine School. And greeting them on their way down the stage will be our college counselor, Miss Pacifico. Thank you both for your help.
It is a tradition at the Pine School for all family members to stand for their child's recognition. Frederick Richard Bizadno. Congratulations. John Austin Blumenthal. Jake Michael Brodell. Catherine Madison Kane. Lauren Elena Carey. I did it right. I did. Alina, no. Alexa Lee Constantikos. Here, let me move this back. Clarice Aileen Curto. Edward Bryce Davies. Patrick Neal Dennison. John Bartholomew Durr. Rachel Catherine Dumas. Emily Jane Farr. Joseph Aloysius Ford, Jr. Rachel Catherine Gilbert. Robert Bowden Hurlin. Ying Hong. Michael Richard Izolo. Shannon Rose Yelish Kane. Mary Walker Shelby Kleinmeyer. Marissa Marie Mullaney. Ryan James Manley. Kevin Justin McGarry Schoaf. Holly Ann Morey. Grant Parker Mortel. Stefan Olaf Leonard Olafson. Brianne Susan Paterno. Carolina Alexandra Podersky. Robin Francis Price. Michael Brinley Reese. Megan Ann Ross. Royce Carlton Sages. Trevor Grant Schultz. David Justin Sharfie. John Paul Silvestri. Joseph Emmanuel Smith, Jr. Elizabeth Ireland Upton. Arthur Joseph Van Sutendale V. And Bianca Nicole Wessel.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our graduates, the class of 2012. It's a tradition here at the Pine School, once you've now graduated, to welcome you into our body of alumni. And to do so is our Alumni Association president, class of 1991, first 8th grade class back in the day, Mr. Alex Ralicky.
91. Good morning. Congratulations. I can't help but think about when I was sitting in your place, thinking and wondering about the future, about college, and for me, about leaving Stewart. For me, growing up in a small town could be difficult, and at times there wasn't really much to do. Going away to college and moving to a city that had everything that I was looking for was an amazing experience. The interesting thing was, I would always look back at my time here, and it would bring a smile to my face. Remembering the times I had with my friends and hoping they were doing well, sitting where you are today, I had no idea the advantage I had over my colleagues. While you may not think so today, the foundation has been laid by attending the Pine School that will last you a lifetime. You have had opportunities that many people could never dream of, for which you should be eternally grateful. As I look into the crowd this morning and see some of the teachers that helped mold me into the person I am today, I hope you do not forget the Pine School. Keep in touch with the Alumni Association. Visit often when you're in town. I wish you the best of luck in your future, and I welcome the class of 2012 to the proud group of the Pine School alumni.
Well, we're about to have another one of those moments. I'd like to invite up our Pine School Chorus, led by Miss Betty Saunders, who are going to perform Bring On Tomorrow as part of what has become a very special, defining moment in our graduation. This is the time where crying is allowed. Okay, here we come. Coming up on stage. I wasn't kidding, was I? That gets me every time. Yikes. Thank you, Miss Betty and the chorus. Let's give them a nice round of applause. Prior to our benediction and recessional, I just have a few announcements. Following the recessional, there will be a reception here in both the gym, multipurpose room, and out in the hallway for seniors, their families, and faculty, celebrating this wonderful class and their accomplishments. Parents, please congratulate your senior following the recessional. We will recess first with the members of the platform party, followed by the faculty, and then the seniors. Seniors, we are going to ask you to pause and have that wonderful hat in the air photography moment, but we'll get to that in just a second. Please join me in prayer. I ask on behalf of these gathered here that you would indeed bless each of these graduates. Give them the grace to make a difference for the good wherever they may find themselves in the years ahead. Grant not only the knowledge that they will need in their colleges and universities, but also the wisdom to apply that knowledge to life as it really is. For all these graduates and the families of which they are a part, we ask that they may make a significant contribution to the general welfare of society. May they especially be a blessing to those whose lives they personally touch. And now may you be pleased with what is done here this morning. Thank you for your presence. Amen.